taught in church, because when we come back to who we are, then our God changes the whole world. And that's something that people don't want. People are not used to change. So, if nothing else, y'all leave with that, man. Yep, yep.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank y'all for stopping by.
It's Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, and all of y'all got ears on your head,
Right.
let him hear.
Yep.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right. This is not what we saying. This is in the Bible. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Let me break that down. Let me break that down a little bit more. He that lead a nation of people that leads another nation of people into slavery, they're also going to go into slavery.
Right. A nation of people that led another nation into slavery is going into slavery. And then you so-called white people, y'all actually led the children of God into slavery. Right. Y'all led the children of God into slavery. And y'all think that the Heavenly Father, our God, is not going to punish you for that when he sent us in slavery under you.
Zechariah said, he that touches you, touches that.
Right, the apple of his eye.
So you think that we're going to go through all this?
Right.
We don't even know everything that they did to us.
Right, right. Yeah, we know a very little.
That the Heavenly Father talking about his chosen people that he loves more than everybody else, going to let you do all that, and y'all just going to get scot-free.
Right.
That don't make no sense.
Where it's saying, who's supposed to go completely unpunished? After y'all had punished us even with your Edomite cops, because we know y'all love to kill Jake. Y'all done punished us and didn't let up, and you actually think that God, our God, is gonna let that go. Even y'all went as far as to put the image of Caesar Borgia as y'all God and say that he's the son of the Most High, man. Y'all put that image out there. And y'all think that the Heavenly Father is not going to punish your people for it. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Y'all, look, we're not going to take over you so-called white people by election. We just taking it. Y'all going to be taken into slavery. It ain't going to be no nice thing. We ain't going to go to college to graduate to get several degrees and debate you into slavery.
Ain't going to be no single file lines.
Right.
Hey, when they hear that, they don't believe it because they can't see. They don't see us with power right now.
Right.
They say, how can they take us? How can they take us over?
Right.
Without them having a military, they don't got no political power, no financial power. But we don't need none of that.
Right.
When the Lord raised up that standard, and then you see the Black Adams and LLs and all that. When you find out there's actually Superman on this earth. That's how they don't understand that this stuff they read in the comic books and
they know it's real, and that's why Jake gets so excited to see it. But at the same time, he saw, if you watch superhero movies, they like to see themselves as superheroes. But Jake, they don't want to see no Jake as superhero. One prime example, Luke Cage. That movie made them a lot. That series, it made them a lot of money. After 2 seasons, they cut it completely off. They cut off all of them, right? But guess what? They're coming up with the Punisher again.
They
already did. Yep, they already did. So we make a Daredevil. They're coming back up with the Punisher, but they have no plans of coming back with Luke Cage.
They turned the original Green Lantern. He was black.
Right.
Thor is actually he was a real Jake that lived in Scandinavia. Back in the Dark Ages. He was a real Jake with spiritual power.
Right.
And his name was Thor. And he was a black man. And then nowadays, Marvel gets a Marvel. They make him a white Scandinavian Edomite. Really, it was a Jake.
You know,
Jake that actually lived.
Let me tell you
what. A lot of Greek mythology is based off Jake.
Let me tell you what they don't want to bring back. They don't want to bring back Hancock. The reason why they don't want to bring back Hancock is because he was fucking a white woman. And it was a black man and a white woman that both had superpower. The white man was left out.
That was another thing about Hancock. because they didn't go into the history of Hancock. You know, the first scene you seen was him smacking a bitch on the ass.
Yep.
That motherfucker was taking bitches. He was doing whatever he wanted to when he had his power and shit.
Elder Malcolm brought out the fact that the Viking was actually Jake.
Yeah,
That's what I was talking about. That Thor, he was actually one of the Vikings, and he was a Muslim. He was a Muslim.
Because the Muslim, you know, a lot of our people, when they talk about the Moors, that got into that Muslim religion. But they was Jake. They was Israelites. You know, and they don't like to bring out that history. Even the camel jockeys be actually pretending that they were the Moors. But no, they know that wasn't them, man. Them Arabs know that wasn't them. Because the history points to the Moors coming out of the northern coast of Africa.
Where Moor literally means black.
Khan. It means
that they call the Jake barbarians.
Yep.
And what is it? Caliphate, Arab army, what they basically took over the sub-Saharan desert and had landmass to basically take Jacob and slave them. That's why it was an Arab slave trade
That's why Ishmael going into slavery too. He gonna be number 2 right behind Esau. He gonna be number 2 right behind Esau.
They did some atrocities to us in slavery
I believe
too.
that's why the Lord fucking up over there in Gaza right now.
They still hold Jake slaves to this day.
Right.
Jake slaves to this day, castrate them and make them watch over their hair. To this day.
This is Jude 1:5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. Right. We once knew this. This was a history that we once knew. We once knew that we were all called barbarians. We once knew that we were the Vikings. We once knew that we ruled over Egypt, not Egypt, but Europe, and Western Asia, as Elder Malcolm would put it, because that's the truth. We once ruled in Europe. The knights were all so-called black people. Matter of fact, most of the famous people you so-called white people know, they were actually so-called black. The story of Achilles, that was made up by so-called
300. The Spartans, 300.
The Spartans, known as the Lacedaemonians in the Apocrypha.
They had dreadlocks.
And Septimius Severus.
Septimius, in Rome. And we once ruled Rome. Good. And we once ruled Rome during the Holy Roman Empire.
The Crusades was nothing more than Jake trying to take back their homeland. That's what they went down there for. All that Baldwin and all that was Jake. And you see it right now on Facebook with all the riots going on in Europe. Everybody, all these racist ass Edomites are posting about, we crusade, we start Crusades 2.0. Not knowing that wasn't them. That had nothing to do with them.
Most of their history, they don't know that it's not them.
It's not them.
And they have a hard time seeing it because they've been lied to for this last 500 years while they had us underneath their foot.
That's why they call it his story.
Right. Our story,
our story.
The stories that y'all know or think to be yours is actually ours.
Right. What they do, they want you in school to learn about his story.
Right.
They tell you that you was a slave, that you was that goddamn it, and then they make you watch them slave movies and shit, like Ruth showing us to get a foot shoved all up in our ass.
Right.
They let you see that, humiliate you, and that's your history, and you had to battle back civil rights, walking down the line while a bunch of Edomites beat the shit out you and throw bricks at you. You had to try to non-violently protest your ass to the hospital or the fucking board.
Right.
Where they peacefully beat the shit out you. That's your motherfucking history. That's the history that you taught. So how the fuck you supposed to grow up and build? Man, my children know they Israelites. They know that they the same ones in the Bible. I couldn't see one of these pussy ass motherfucking J-double-O, little pussy ass hats. I see him doing no shit like that.
Hell,
I ain't never hold up. I ain't never seen one of these motherfuckers look nigga in the street.
Right, look at them motherfuckers, man.
Look at Cam Newton, right? You look at Cam Newton quarterback, and then look at Robert Kraft. You talking about it was what was that 2 Samuel chapter 7, that mighty men of David.
Right. The mighty men.
And you look at Jude,
right.
And you imagining them doing that,
right?
Versus Jake, you can see us doing that shit. All the time.
Right. You can see it. You can just see it in Jake's mannerisms. Right. Period. Just walking down the street. Hey, you can see Jake. Matter of fact, but Edomite women know it, because they don't want Jake, their men fighting Jake men. Why? On the streets or something like that, they get their ass whooped.
They can't fight.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Chuck the Builder had his pistol on him. And, he's getting his ass whooped. He tried to shoot the Jake. He shot the Jake, and then he shot himself, and he was still getting.
I put you this way.
That's why they need that. They need you at 300 meters.
Jewish people used to in boxing.
Right. You can't even see. You know.
History killed 600 men.
and